Well, hello everyone. How are you today? It's Sharon here from Australia, coming to you all the way from the land down under for another DIY Essential Stencil project today. Glad to see you. Those of you who are joining on the replay, please comment the word replay because you've got another chance of winning prizes in the 24 hours after our live has been live. So if that's you, if you're watching the replay, comment that word replay, and we'll be giving away today, on today's live as well, 3 lucky winners will receive prizes, so make sure you join in the comments. And we're going to be giving away the spring transfers to those winners today. Hi Kimberly, how are you? Lovely to see you all here today. I'm just going to check out our live here, make sure my volume is off on my laptop here. There we go, I can see more comments coming through here. Hi, Mary's here, Mike's here, Linda's here. Hi, Sharon and everyone. I know it's such a fun community here. Guess what? Today's Australia Day here in Australia. I was going to wear my Aussie hat with my Aussie flag here, but I just did my hair, so I'll just sit that back here. Yes, it is a public holiday. It's Thursday here, so the 26th of January. But yeah, so Karen's here, Susan's here, Linda's here. From Black Mountain, North Carolina. I am so excited to see you all here today. Who has already pre-ordered their spring bundle or their honeybee bundle? We've got 2 amazing bundles that are in the pre-order season right now this week. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Shirley. And so the pre-orders, I don't know, has anyone not seen any of the lives this week or seen the different stencil sets? Maybe you've seen enough of them, but I'll just go through quickly for those of you who haven't seen, and that's if I can find them all. So there's 2 sets. There's a large bundle, which is mostly spring, and then there's a smaller bundle, which is themed honeybee stencil set. And so the honeybee bundle, sorry, not stencil set, honeybee bundle. Now each bundle, hello Kay from snowy Michigan, each bundle comes with a bonus stencil that is only available. So I've got these little post-it notes on each one to remind me which is the bonus stencil. So this one, Honey I'm Home, so cute, but it is only exclusive to those pre-orders who pre-order the entire bundle of the honeybee set. And then the spring bundle, you guys who order the spring bundle, of course you can order both bundles. The spring bundle, this one is a bonus. So be, like that cute bee, be our guest and make yourself at home. The cutest, and I think that would even go nicely on a round. I'm going to be working on a round today. I haven't done many rounds, so thank you, Joyce Ann. So this is free with the spring bundle purchase. So that's with the spring bundle. But if you order things separately, this one won't be available as a separate stencil at all. So if you want to get that one, those bonus ones, you've got to get the bundles. And the bundles are automatically further 10% off all the regular prices. So they bundle them up, take a big discount off that. Plus, if you use my code IRESTORESTUFF, you also get a further 10% off. So that's huge, great savings. Plus, there's more. Wait, there's more. Free shipping for all of January, so don't forget that. So just reminding myself, here's my messy writing scrawl on the back from the last few lives I've done. The pre-orders have already started, so you've got all the way through until, thank you for sharing and thank you for sprinkling, guys. Thank you so much, we appreciate it. You've got all the way through till this time next week, February the 1st. Well, not this time. It'll probably be midnight, Wednesday night, Wednesday the February 1st. And the estimated ship time for any of the bundle offers for the bundles is February the 13th. And I've said that today on my live giveaway, they're giving away. Now, these are also in the bundles. The spring bundle has got these transfers in it. And I just think the cutest rabbits, cutest bunnies, cutest Easter transfers, rub-on transfers. If you haven't tried the rub-on transfers, they are amazing. So that each of these transfer sets comes with 2 whole sets of different images of those bunnies. The hydrangea flower transfers are just adorable too. And you can see there's one of the sets has just a little bucket by itself. So, I can't see what you're seeing there. So those are adorable. Love those tones, and they will go in beautifully. Mix and match these with your spring stencil sets, even past stencil sets. You know how I love to just combine and chop things, you know, around, chop and change all the things. So Melissa, you're asking, where can I get them? They are at the links in the description of this live, essentialstencil.com. You can get all of the rub-on transfers there, but they are offering a spring bundle with those two in it. And if you're a lucky winner, keep on commenting. If you're brand new here today, let me know. They are so cute, Linda. Yes, so we'll be giving away those transfers as prizes to 3 lucky winners on today's live. We'll be announcing the winners right at the end of the live, but here's a clue. They do pick and choose from those of you commenting in the comments, so make sure we keep the conversation going. Yes, the transfers are amazing. Let me just show you some of the honeybee bundle. So there's your bonus one. They have the little gnome wooden tag set, which goes beautifully on Essential Stencil's wooden tags. They do have some surfaces that you can stencil on also at the essentialstencil.com website. There's a home, does it say? It's so good to be home. So cute. A porch leaner. We've got the beautiful pattern, honeycomb pattern, which is just gorgeous. Plus these adorable honeybee trellis. Isn't that cute? So they're a really great combo with the honeybee set. We've also got the Welcome to Our Hive. I pulled this one apart because I love these rounds. Now I'm going to be working on a round today. I'm going to be doing an Easter themed one. I don't know if anyone saw that. Hi Kay. Kay says she's new here. And you ordered and received your stencils, I think you said. It's just, yes, it's the comments are going up fast, so I can't always see exactly what you said. But welcome, Kay. These are really cute. So this is great for a round. It's got a 2-piece set, and I'll tip the camera down here just for a second so you can see some of these rounds. Welcome to Our Hive. I did think about doing this one today. I'd really love it. But you've got Welcome to Our Hive, and then the honeycomb on the back is made to fit a round. Okay, so you've got you put your stencil, you know, underneath or down the bottom there, and you can also put it on top. So that makes just such an adorable set. That's one of the rounds that there are on offer, I think. Oh, yep, and we've got the Buzz On In, which is also another one perfect for round. You don't have to use these just for rounds. We've got Buzz On In and the Buzzy Bees, a hive of activity on the background there, which you can use for the top of your round. You can just, you know, stencil, and you don't have to tape it off, but if your round is, you know, you can use it for flats or rounds. So lots of fun things you could do with that. You could do a porch board leaner or something like that with the Buzz On In going up sideways on it. All sorts of creative fun ideas. I've seen lots already. Okay, so that's the honeybee set. Let me just pop those aside, and then I'll quickly show you the spring bundle in case, for those of you, sometimes some people, this is the only time they can make it to one of our lives during the week. So even though we've had a couple of lives already, we love to let you know about all of them. So here's our spring bundle, which includes, and I hope I'm getting all of them, it does include the transfers. So I showed you those a second ago. Look, these are, okay, there's our bonus one. So don't forget, if you order the bundle, this is your bonus. You cannot order this singly, it's just with the bundle. So the bundle is, of course, already discounted at 10% off, but if you use my code IRESTORESTUFF, you get a further 10% off that, and free shipping just for January. So make sure you do order before that February 1st date, because the free shipping is excellent. All right, I love this. It's a different size than Essential Stencil usually comes out with. It's 4 inches by 8 inches. Adorable flowers. Now there's 3 flowers, but the bonus little extra you get with this is a little jar. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? So you can do your flower and then pop them in the jar on a gorgeous background. So that's one fun one that's in the spring bundle. And There's a wildflower 6x6 set, which is just adorable. We've got some more wooden tag things with the faith mini tags. It's faith, pray, and amen, together with the cross. So they make beautiful Easter. And then there's these spring wildflowers again, which I also realized that they also fit in that same jar that comes with this set here. So these little flowers, if you wanted to use them in the jar, that also fits. We've got another Porchelina, and there is the spring, Hello Spring Porchelina, another gorgeous mini tags with the crosses with different spring flowers arrangements on them. Love, love, love this. Saved by Grace. We've got a few 6 different stencils in that set, and you would have seen, I think Melissa or Amanda used that this week. This one, Grow in Grace, gorgeous wreath stencil, another one perfect for rounds like this. I also bought some from the craft store, some MDF rounds this week, and I've painted those black, ready to do some more fun signs stencils on. And that one also comes with Consider How the Wildflowers Grow, which is a beautiful sign as well. And these are all in the spring bundle. You get so much with the spring bundle, so much. But if you wanted the honeybee bundle, that's a smaller bundle. I've got that too. Now that one has a bonus of a little heart, a little window, and yeah, very cute. And then I love this one too. This is the one Melissa used yesterday, if you missed her live. He left the 99 and rescue me. Gorgeous little lamb. And if you didn't see Melissa's, she'll show you how. We also have, oh, I can't see the lamb there, but see the lamb here? That's actually an overlay that you put on top of the lamb here to get all of the finer detail in that stencil. So that almost is all. I just wanted to show you one more round that was perfect for this kind of size round that I'm using today. And, oh, I've got 2 more. And I've got the one that I'm doing today, the actual one I'm doing today. It's Welcome, and it's got a beautiful round wildflowers here. So that can obviously sit down on the round like so. So these are great. So many different rounds ideas in both the spring bundle and also the honeybee bundle. So there are our transfers. These are prizes for today's live, guys. They're going to be giving away 3 of these, so make sure you join in the comments. And let's get started on our project today. Are you with me? You can see I've got some tape on here already. Here is the one. This is also in the spring bundle. It's called Hop On In. And yes, you can order these all separately, but the pre-order on the bundles, if they run out, I think that the deal is if they run out of the bundles, then there are certain ones that they may not, you're not likely to get they're not likely to run another order or run on those, if that makes sense. Just trying to catch up on some comments there. Love the bunny transfers too. Yes, Kathy says, so glad you're sharing this stencil today. Well, look, I'm not an expert at rounds. I know Renee does great jobs at rounds, and I don't think she's on this week, but I am going to give it a go because I just love this set. I love that we've got layering happening on here too. So we've got let me show you the stencils that come in this pack. It's a 4-pack set. So we've got the Hop On In, which obviously would go in the center, or you can, fit it wherever you like, but I feel like it would fit perfectly right there. And again, you know me, I like to chop and change things around, but today I'm actually going to try and recreate this look on the front here because I know I saw that look and I went, how did they do that? Okay, so you'd have to put that down first and that down first. And I honestly haven't practiced. So here you are with me on one of Sharon's Wing It Lives, and let's see if we can do this together. So I need your help. So if I'm going, no, don't put that, if you got to tell me, no, don't put that down first. Put the other one down first. Here's the Hop On In. Then we've got these 2 stencils. Hang on, I said there's 4. Yes, there's 4. So we've got the carrots and the Easter eggs. And so these are overlays. So you've got the egg, and then we'll pop on the circles or the dots at the end. We've got the carrot, and then you've got the little grooves or stripes on the carrot that you see carrots. I don't have a carrot color today. I should have an orange, but I don't. And then we've got these rabbits. Now the rabbits have an overlay also, so you'll lay your rabbits down like so, and then this part goes over the top. Hang on, have I got the right one together? And you can see a little etching. Can you see that? A little etching around, so it allows you to line up the rabbit on your background stencil. So we'll be able to line that up right here, and you'll be able to see the black background underneath, so we can line up our layer on the top of it. So let's get started. I think I've told you all the announcements for today, but yeah, stay tuned. We've got prizes, and I will try and, oh, Kerry says carrots can be white. Well, there you go. And then I have trouble thinking, I don't know if I've seen pink bunnies before, but we always seem to paint our bunnies pink, don't we? I might make some white bunnies. All right. Might be using my card stock there. I've put this tape across here to see if, my round is actually 16-inch round. I think because I'm in Australia and they make these things in centimetres, and I think it's like about 25 centimetres or something like that. But in the US, I believe, and I found an Amazon link, it's in my Amazon shop does have a link or a list of all of my stencil ideas of things that you can stencil on, like these rounds, like other things. So I've added it there, but if I was you, I would go with the 18-inch, because 16-inch is just slightly smaller than some of the rounds that I showed you earlier, like these flowers, the florals. If I put it here, I've got a big gap here, but it joins the edge. So if you wanted to be a bit more perfect about, oh, this one might not be too bad, but I think it works better with the 18-inch round. I don't know, maybe get a couple of different sizes and see which size suits best. Okie doke, so I am going to be trying to follow along, and I won't use all the same colors, but I'm just going to sort of try and follow along on our little stencil packet here, but you can mix and match. Usually I'm a bit of a mix and match person, but today we're going to try our best to do this live. You're with me, you're helping me. So I've got some stencil brushes to choose from. We've got our 4 brushes. They come in a set of 4. I think they're back in stock, guys. I think they're back in stock. So grab those while you're getting your bundles today, if you're doing that today. All right, so what I had to do first to figure out where my tape was going to go, because we're going to make a nice white stripe across the center. I'm leaving it a nice wood background, which you can seal afterwards. But I wanted to see, because I want the little rabbit's hands to kind of be peeking out over the fence of the hop on in, So I lined it up to where the rabbit's ears, it's almost going to go across the top. I think I might, so this is where so the words will probably be down here, but my tape, I wanted it to make it go so the rabbit would fit going across like that. And then also to make sure I have room for eggs. I don't know, I might do it a little different to the picture. I might do a few eggs and maybe a couple of carrots either side, something like that. Let's see how we go. All right, so to do my stripe in the middle, I'll also need some tape again along that side. I'm going to eyeball this, but you are quite welcome to measure it out. I'm thinking my stripe would be, now some people paint the surface first in a neutral color or something. I don't know. I've never done that method, but it is a good method. If someone there knows what I'm talking about, to stop that bleeding under the painter's tape, but I'm just going to do it straight on here and hope we don't have any fuzzy edges. It's kind of similar to stenciling, really, isn't it? Okay, I want to come in a little bit to give some room for those, and then move that out the way, so that when I stencil, making sure again my words fit in here. It doesn't matter that this goes over either side, but as long as let me point that down slightly a bit more, and you'll be able to see. Also, don't forget to do this. Love it when you guys share our lives out. Okay, so that's enough room for that, and I think the bunnies will fit beautifully, but I've got to paint a bit of a background on here. So let's just do that in white. And I could do this, you could do it with a stencil brush. I'm just going to use an ordinary paintbrush that I have here. Oh, I kind of feel like I need to measure to make sure I've got this about the right size. Look at me, I'm going in centimeters. This has got both on it. Oh, very, 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 very close, but I feel like you probably can't even tell. Centimeters. Oh, now it's a 9. Oh, I'm gonna have to put my sign back again. I think I'll just go along with the line. Put that there and put it exactly here. There we go. That's feeling better. All right, feeling better about that. You can't have a crooked line. I mean, I'm all for eyeballing, but sometimes it just like looks a bit off. I just need a little bit of help. Susan's asking, when does the pre-order end? 1st of February. I think that I wrote that on my little notes here. Wednesday, the 1st of February. So usually I think they go right up until midnight, so you've got until then. Okay, ordinary brush, just painting with a bit of white, and I'm using Fusion Mineral Paints, one of their off-whites, because it gives better coverage. Some of the brighter whites, because of the pigment, it really does take several coats, but because I want this to go kind of fast, I'm just using an off-white colour called Chateau. So it's got some warmish undertones, I think. So just going to pop a bit of that on. Oh, probably should dip it into the paint jar here because it was feeling a little bit like it had too much paint on the brush. Okay, I'm going to do this middle section. We have to work with the paint fairly quickly because Fusion Mineral Paint is meant to dry fast. And I'm going to go in from the edges of my painter's tape because I don't want those fuzzy edges. Okay, so I'm going to go in from the edges, working fairly quickly and hopefully not getting any bleed underneath. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. I'm just giving it a little brusher on the edge and then going smooth. You can tell I'm concentrating when I'm silent. Okay, once again, going in from the edge. I don't want to go along because that could tend to create a little bit of bleed underneath the stencil. I mean, it's called painter's tape, my friends. It's not a stencil. But it's the same principle with stenciling. When I have a large area to stencil, I'll sometimes use this method of coming in from the edges. And see, I'm not using a dry brush either. I'm using quite a wet brush. Okay, so there we go. Got fairly good coverage on there. And we'll allow that to dry. And I want to probably take my tape up fairly quickly. If you needed to do 2 coats, you could go ahead and do 2 coats. Let me see. See, I want to peel that off before it dries. I don't know, I do that when I'm painting my walls. I like to peel the tape off before it dries so that sometimes if you do have bits that sort of do bleed under, you've got an opportunity to either wipe them off. Oh, look, the grain of that wood is peeling that way. Looks like it's, let me go this way. It was lifting up. Ah! It was lifting up a little. Okay. So I've got a hairdryer here. I'm just checking the comments. Yes, someone's talking about Craft Deals has some good deals, probably on the boards. Hi Cynthia from Louisiana. Hi Brenda. Yeah, the Fusion Mineral Paint, I do stock it here in Australia, but you can use my affiliate link if you want that Fusion Mineral Paint link. The colour I'm using is Chateau for this one. It's a nice creamy off-white, so it almost looks like a little fence, like the rabbits are going to peek out over the fence. So I can still see the grain of the wood in this, and that's okay. I like that rustic look. It looks as if, because this is a raw wood round, and it's quite thick round, it's actually probably, it's from our hardware store, and you know, they advertise it to use it like a little tabletop, but instead of using a tabletop, I'm using this. So it's quite heavy, but it makes a great sign board. Now, this is further down this way, yes, and that's in order to add my rabbits to the top. Now, what I did see on our little example here is a little bit of shadowing, and I like that idea around to give a bit of depth. Now, before I put the rabbits on, I'm going to try and do that little bit of shadowing type of thing. I didn't bring another brush, did I? Or maybe I have. Just using a bit of brown. Maybe I could use a stencil brush. Not brown, I'm using black. This is coal black, but you can use any dark colour to create a shadow. And I will use my board to make this happen. So it's got a bit of a shadow on the outside or outline to give a bit of depth here to this line here. So I'm going to lift my board right to the end there, and when you're stenciling or when you're doing a dry brush method for anything, you'll want to offload your brush onto some cardboard or coffee filters, as Melissa does, or a paper plate, or whatever you have on hand. Lots of people who have been to look at the new stencil sets and loving them. Yeah. Pre-orders have started, so yeah, jump over there and have a look at those bundles, because they really are great value. If you're a sign maker, yes, oh my goodness. Okay, so what I want to do is offload this brush so much, even more than if I was stenciling. So if I'm stenciling, I'm going to get, you know, a nice even coverage here. I want less than that. I want just a shadow. So I'm going to be doing this swirly method, and there's still too much on my brush. Less is better in this situation. So if I can still see paint coming off my brush, maybe I've got a bit much on. I just want a whole lot less. Okay, so I'm making sure that this is right up here, and we're just going to create a bit of depth, and hopefully this works. Okay, so just a little peek here, and making it shadow. Let me see, there we go. And if you do need more on your brush, you can always add a bit more later. It's blending nicely. I think my cardboard is a little bit off, and so it's going onto that white on the edge. So you probably want to make sure it's exactly on the line. There's still a little bit on the brush. You will be able to tell, I believe. Oh, I sanded this board, and it feels like the paint is sort of opening the grain, and it's a little bit rough. I can see little tiny weeny splinters. I'll have to definitely seal it in the end. So I've got a bit of a shadow in the background there. I'm not sure if you can see that. We maybe can make it a little darker, but it just creates a little bit of shadow to make it look like it's, you know, 3D almost. So let's do the same on this side. Although our example, I don't know if they have that on there, but I'm going to go put some more on my brush. Oops, show you that. And let's see if I can create a shadow on this side. Probably could have used a wider brush. Let's see how that looks. You can always put it back down and add some more. Yeah, I like that. And I feel like I need some more on this end up here. So let's do that. Add some more to my brush. See how the less is better, because you can always add more, but it's a bit harder to take it off once you've added it on. So let's try this again. A little bit more at the edges rabbits are going to be right about here, so it doesn't matter too much if I don't have too much on there, but because I don't know exactly where the rabbits are going to be, we're just going to make it all even, and then you're just sort of painting over it once those rabbits are on. All right, now let's just do a little bit of a flick to create a bit of shadow. We can do this at the end, but while I've got the brush here, let's do a little bit of that edging. I like to just do that sometimes on my signs, create a bit of a rustic edge look by flicking that off the edge there. Even do this on my furniture pieces sometimes, just to create that shadowy kind of aged look on the edges of furniture pieces. But you just do it with a really dry brush with hardly anything on your brush. I'll bring it up a little bit closer because you maybe can't see that there, but I can see that shadowing. And can always add some more later. There we go. Let's get our rabbits on. Is that making it effective? Oh, Janet, you tried the shadowing technique for stenciling. That's so good. I'm glad you tried it. May do some of that today. The hop on. Oh, I didn't think about. I probably will do it black. The actual words. Now, where's our words here? Pop our words on in the center here. Hop on in. Yeah, I think we'll make those black because that will really nicely stand out. And while I've got the black brush, while I've got the stencil brush with black paint on it, we'll just use this opportunity to add the sign on. Okay, so if you do feel like you need some tape, let's just grab some of this. Why not? Just by all means, tape your stencil down so that it doesn't lift up while you're putting your words on. Okay, going in again. This is Coal Black by Fusion Mineral Paint. Got a bit on my brush. See how much I've got there. Now my method for stenciling is to just rub off as much as you can on the brush. Can you use these stencils on shirts? Yes, Cindy. In fact, you'll see several lives in our video section of where we've actually done stenciling on shirts. I've done some recently. You can find them on our live or video section here on Essential Stencil page, or I do have some on my YouTube channel as well. It's IRESTORESTUFF. You'll find me on YouTube or on Pinterest or on Facebook or Instagram at IRESTORESTUFF. So it's right here at IRESTORESTUFF. So if you look anywhere there. Now that didn't last very long. See how I've hardly got any on my brush now? It's not painting on. But I'd rather have a little bit less than too much, because if you have too much on your brush, it's going to bleed underneath the stencil and cause those super fuzzy edges. So offloading. Don't forget there's prizes at the end. If you've joined here because a friend shared this live and said, hey, you need to come watch this and learn about stenciling, then welcome. Let us know you're here because you just might be a winner today. We're giving away, not stencils, we're giving away these gorgeous transfers, rub-on transfers. Aren't these the cutest and most adorable little rabbits? So that is our prize giveaway for today for those of you who have joined late to our live and missed the beginning where I told you that. We are going to also let you know about the spring bundle, which this set is from, the spring bundle and the honeybee bundle. Both are amazing bundles of stencil packs. So much value in all of those stencils, and you can grab yours to pre-order it today, and they've bundled the bundles at 10% off the regular prices. Plus, if you use my code IRESTORESTUFF in the code section at the checkout, you'll get a further 10% off. So that, my friends, is a great deal. Plus, it is free shipping January here at Essential Stencils, and we would love to ship those on compliments of Essential Stencil this month. Okay, so we're getting there, but it's better to do a little bit at a time rather than have way too much on your brush. Oh, that is awesome. Someone said, yes, we've got over 300 viewers. That is amazing, guys. We love to see so many friends. And if you are new here today, please let us know that you're new and that you're watching the live today. There's a chance to win some prizes, some beautiful rub-on transfers. If you visit the Essential Stencil website, you'll see that they not only stock transfers, but they stock the stencil brushes. They stock wooden tags to create your creations on, little wooden houses. There's all sorts of fun things. We also have the bridge brushes. So if you're a person who likes to fill in those bridges that stencils are required to, to keep the letters all together, then you can use those bridge brushes to actually fill in your bridges. So there's so much to be seen on there. If there's any theme that you're looking for, say you're looking for a particular stencil for Valentine's Day, if you go to the Essential Stencil website and just use their search tool, search tools are I use them all the time. Search tools are essential on any website. So you go to Essential Stencil's search tool and you would just type in the word Valentine's. It'll bring up all of their stencils relating to Valentine. If you want a stencil about mothers for Mother's Day, type that in. If you want spring stencils, type it in. But you will see our spring bundles are right there at the top, and you've got until next Wednesday, February the 1st, to pre-order your stencil bundles to receive them with an approximate ship date. I think this means they're shipping them on this date is the 13th of February. Do I say that different to you guys? Because I'm from Australia. We say 13 or 13. You guys, 13. Yeah, so 13th of February. Did you understand that? Okay, hop on in. I think that's great. That's going to stand out nicely. So then we're going to show you how we layer our little rabbits on the top and some things for underneath here. So there's our hop on in. Now this stencil set, of course, comes with, it's a 4-piece set. So I'm going to go on with the next bit soon, but I just want to show you this up close so you can see that shadowing that we added to the top of it's almost like a little fence, and our rabbits are going to peek out over the top. So this is so cute for Easter. It's a door hanger, but hey, you could hang it anywhere, not just on your front door. They have in the spring bundles, I showed this earlier, so if you want to go back after the replay, after the live and watch the replay, I showed you a whole bunch of, I'm just going to pop this inside a wet cloth in case I want to use black for something else in a minute. What was I saying? Oh, I showed you all of the other round stencil sets that, have wildflowers down here for spring. We've got Buzzy Bee stencil sets in the Honeybee collection. So many fun things. All right, so let's do our rabbits up here. And I was talking before about what color to do rabbits. I think I'll do them white. I do have a white here. Casement is Fusion's white, and I think it would still turn out over the top of the white here because we've got that black shadowing too. So we want to put the hands of the rabbits just peeking over the edge of the fence, like it's a fence, making sure my ears are tucked in. Sounds like I'm putting a hat on. Got my ears tucked in. Okay, I feel like I'm crooked today. There we go. Maybe it's my phone is crooked on the stand. All right, so the other parts that I want to be careful of is if a stencil, Essential Stencil's, usually really great about this, they do leave a bit of a gap around the edges, and you want that there because you don't want your stencil brush going over the edges and causing too much, getting off the edge of the stencil. Oh, where's my white? Here it is. This is the color Casement, and I do have Essential Stencil saying, so many new viewers tonight, welcome. So we are so excited that you are here. Yes, they are little feet, these, right? I thought they were little feet, putting them over the top. Did I call them something else? Sometimes my words get mixed up. I don't know. Yes, someone mentioned, Danielle mentioned the pencil flowers. They are adorable, aren't they? In that 8x4, I think, 8x3 maybe, stencils. Okay, I've got another piece of cardboard because my other one was getting full of the black paint. I want to use white. I'm using one of the larger stencil brushes. This is the 3/4 inch. The largest one we have is 7/8 inch. And because I've got using a bigger brush, I don't think I'll go over the edge. No, I'll trust myself. But you can, if you want, use a bit of painter's tape like this just to make sure you're not going to go over that edge there. I should have just got a longer piece. So just going to pop that there so I don't accidentally get my brush over the edge. Where is my tape? I've lost it. My actual roll. Here we go. Recycling tape. Okay. I'm just trying not to tape it down. See how they're sort of lifting up there? I'm trying not to tape that onto my newly... It is dry because it dries very quickly, but I don't want to peel that paint off. Okay, so with our white today, we may need a couple of coats of this white because it's a really bright one. I'll just show you how we just offload. I'm dipping my brush in there. Got a big blob on the bottom of the brush. I don't want a big blob. I'm using these stencil brushes are nice and flat and they're round, and they've got, I believe they're natural bristle brushes, which makes them nice and soft to use. Okay, so I'm offloading. You can't really see the paint on there, but I've offloaded a lot just to see, and I really, because we've got a huge surface here, let me see if I can show you. See how the center of the rabbit, there's so much surface there. I actually could afford to offload a lot of my paint in the center there. I'm just going to go around these edges though with this white where the feet are, and then I'll come into the centers later. You could do it the other way around, but because I don't have a lot on my brush right now, I'm going to concentrate on these areas that are close to the edge, because we don't want a lot on our brush when we're getting close to the edge. So now I do have quite a bit there. Let me see what we've got in the lid here. I'm going to just not offload as much, and I'm going to offload right in the center here. So watch this. See how I'm offloading that? And we're coming in from the edges like this. You don't want to go offloading a whole lot of paint and doing circular motion when you've got so much on your brush, because that's what gets it underneath. Okay, a little bit more we're needing here. So glad to see so many faces here on this live today. Again, coming in from the edges. I didn't even offload, did you see that? But it's because I've got a great big surface to cover. Not huge, but coming in from the edges when you've got these big areas. And then I can get my brush, once it's got most of the paint removed, and just do a little bit more swirling. Hopefully I didn't get too much there. A lot of you here are not newbies and you've been around a long time, so there are some helpful people right here in this comments that will help you if you have questions. And also Essential Stencils here, if you have questions about stenciling, please ask them. And I do love to go back through and at the end of the live and go through the comments just to make sure I haven't missed any important questions. So yeah, do ask if there's anything you're needing to know. Okay, once again, we've got a big huge space, so we can afford to just dip our brush right on in there. A little bit too much. And going in from the edges. Yeah, Rhonda and Danielle are talking about there's always something new to learn. No matter what, whose live you're watching, there's always something new that you can learn from watching the tutorials, and they are all saved in our video section. Even some are in playlists, so you can kind of find stenciling for different themes, or I've got a whole playlist there about shadowing and how to use a shadowing technique. You could have done a little bit of shadowing around underneath this rabbit, but we're just going to make it plain white today. Now I think that I'll let that dry, and we're going to do a second coat on that in a minute, only because when you look at it, it's quite only a little bit of coverage there. I'm just popping this in a wet cloth because I'm going to use the white again. I'll just lift this up to show you. We're going to do some carrots and eggs down the bottom there. But see how you can still see the wood and it's a little bit patchy. I want a little bit more fullness in the rabbit. So I'll let that dry. I could hit it with the hairdryer, but let's just work on this down here while we're waiting for that to dry. Then we're going to go over it with this rabbit face layering with some fun things there. I have to remind me, guys, to do different colors. I want to do the flower a different color. So sometimes I just get into the stenciling and I'm like, oh, I'll do it all the same color, but I don't want to do that. All right, I want to do some eggs now. I want to do about, maybe let's do 3 eggs around here, and let's poke some carrots in between, maybe a couple of carrots in between. So we'll start with the center egg. And again, we want a fun background. Let's do, I don't know, let's do French eggshell. That sounds like a good egg color. We could do the 2 outside ones in that color maybe, and do, what did I get that? Oh, I got the mustard out because I don't have, and we could do a pink egg too. So maybe the center one can be pink. We'll do French eggshell for the outside eggs. Yes, Linda's saying you didn't realize the tutorials are all saved for watching later. So yeah, all of the Facebook Lives, you'll go to up on the page here if you're on your phone or if you're on a desktop. You just go to the section that is for videos. There's little tabs across the top of your the Essential Stencil page when you go there, or there's a little button that says more. You'll see a section that says videos, and you can just jump onto that video section and have a look through there. I think that even our playlists are sometimes divided into the different ambassadors that we have here to show you the lives. So, or you can just kind of scroll through them. All right, this one is called Rose Water. It's a beautiful pink. I don't need to offload too much because, and it's not going to stand out hugely, yeah, because it's a large surface area, again, is what I was going to say. Got the pink egg, very cute. I think I'll use that pink for some inside the bunny ears. Yeah, you can still see the egg, can't you? But if I wanted to use a pop of color around as a shadow, I could do that. So let me just show, for example, and this is what I maybe could have done, is I'll use this, leave that one in there. I'll use this black color, and I won't worry about wiping that off. Let's go with this as an egg here. I want to just kind of do them sort of every which way. Let's do an egg up here like so, and I'll probably pop a little carrot in here. I'm just going to pop some black, and I'll just show you the shadowing thing I'm going to be talking about. And it'll just create a bit of a background there for the pink to make it really pop, or the color that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the other blue color for this section here. Now I'm just going to use this to go around the outside of the egg with a dry brushy kind of look. I'll come into the center and blend it a little bit, but that's going to be our shadow for the egg right there. Can you see that? Let's do another one over here, and we'll make it go this way. See if I've got enough left on my brush. If I don't, I'll just dip it back in. Oop, I think I felt myself move that. So this is just going to be a little tiny shadow. I'm only putting it mainly around the outside. There we go. So there's a little bit of a shadow there. So now when I do the blue, I'll offset that just slightly, and it'll look great. Now I do have to now use my cloth. So let's pop these in a plastic bag somewhere. So if you're using your brushes and you're in between coats, I always just grab a little plastic bag and pop them in. Being careful not to mix the colours probably is a good idea, so they don't dry out in between coats. But I am going to just grab my egg here because I don't want black on mixing with my blue that I'm going to do over the top. The bluish, well, it's a bluish green colour. It's like a duck egg colour. Fusion Mineral Paint. The colour is called French Eggshell, is the next one I'm going to be using for this egg. And then we've got to think of some colours to do over the top. I didn't really think this out properly, did I? I brought out a few, but I need some colours to think of to do for the little circles on the top of the egg. So let's go over these now. After we've now created a bit of a shadow here, making sure that your, oh, we can just do the opposite colours. Yes, so I can do pink dots on the blue, blue dots on the pink. We've got this. We've got this. Yes, oh, who was saying that? Danielle Barry has just said the eggs would be so cute with the farm set with the larger chicken. Oh, they would. They would be so cute. They're very large eggs. I hope that larger chicken is large. Okay, so I've got my egg here. I've got my shadow. Now I'm going to just slightly move the egg. So if you're trying to make a shadow, we put it down exactly where it's supposed to be. You just create a shadow by moving this now up slightly and slightly to one side. So just kind of at a 45-degree angle, move that so it's right in the right place. So let me just place that again. We're going up and across. Any which way doesn't matter. It just creates that little bit of a shadow around the edge so you can see that. It pops out. The blue then sort of makes a nice, pops out a bit. Okay. Another brush. Oh, should have probably opened a few stencil brush packs because, okay, this is a beautiful French eggshell. Now that's the reason why some people buy several packs of brushes when they're on their ordering. You might want to do the same because when you're doing lots of colors like this, you do need a few brushes. And the reason you don't want to just wash out a brush, making sure this is dry beforehand. Of course, this, even though I just painted it moments ago, this black shadow was so light, it just dries really quickly. So you don't want to use a wet brush, is what I was going to say. So you can't really wash out brushes in between. You can, but you just have to wait a long time for them to really dry out because otherwise your paint gets too thin and then bleeds underneath. So there we've got a nice little shadow, like a bit of a 3D looking egg. So that's one idea of how to do that shadowing technique. So there we go. We've got another little one here and we'll make that shadow go the same way. Our pink one's not going to have the same shadow, but that's okay. I could change that up later if I like. A lot of people in the comments, so I've seen a few anyway, saying that they have been trying this shadowing technique. I'm so proud of you guys. Well done. Because often we get people on here saying, oh, I'm too nervous to try it. Well, and I always say, just practice on a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper. Until you get it to where you like it. I think I'll add a little bit more. It feels like it needs to be a bit more solid. There we go. Cute little Easter egg. The shadow isn't as pronounced on this one. A bit too much on the brush. You can see that shadow's a little bit more subtle on that one there, and this one's a little bit more pronounced. But whichever way you like, you can add your shadows. So let's now, because I've got blue on this brush, I think we might do blue on the egg shell of this one. So let's do that. And you can just place it down wherever you're going to pop your, you can see through that to the other side. I've got something on there. It's dry, got our eggs ready, and then we've got our rabbit faces to do up the top there. So let's dab a little bit in. Don't forget to use my code IRESTORESTUFF if you're ordering those bundles today. They are already marked down at 10% off because they're in a bundle, but then you get an extra 10% off when you use my code IRESTORESTUFF, and that's at essentialstencil.com. The link is right there in the pinned comment and also in the description of our live. There, look at that. How cute are those dots? Probably you might want to see them up close. Now the other idea I could do is to make that pink really pop is put a white shadow underneath. That's another idea that you could do. Now I've got some blue on my stencil, so I want to wash that off before I do my pink dots with my pink brush. So let's just wipe that off. Always wipe the back of your stencils too. I could wipe down my egg, but for time's sake, I'm just going to do this. And we've just got to make sure that's really dry. Yeah, Ellen is saying practicing on cardboard is very helpful. You get an idea for how much pressure to apply when you're stenciling. Absolutely. Very true. Okay, so now we've got our pink dots for the eggs, pink circles for the eggs. Let's get them going. Here I was thinking, oh, I could do a few projects today. No, this one's a little bit more time consuming, but it's so much fun. I just love the idea of this layering. So I've offloaded my pink. There we go, perfect. A little bit more on the brush, offload it. When you're offloading, you're also sort of working the paint in the bristles of the brush and making it nice and even in there. Looking again, and here we go. Little round circular motion, swirling I call it. Some people like to stipple like this, but I like the swirling. I feel like it gives a bit of coverage and has less kind of grainy dots that turns out in the end. So I'll wash that off in a minute. Wet cloth. They are so cute. Now I'm going to add some carrots. I think I need some carrots either side of here. Where's our carrots? So now the other thing I want to do is add some more white onto that rabbit face. So I'll just do that super quickly. That won't take long. Sit down here. Are you enjoying this? With egg prices, these are priceless. Oh my goodness, Danielle. That's the comment of the live. That is funny. I did not even think about that. Our egg prices in Australia here are still okay right now. We're all good with the egg prices. So so far so good. I don't know. I don't know how if it'll pan out to be us too, but let's see. Okay, so see, that's making a really nice solid white rabbit there now. I'm really happy with that. And see, I haven't had to offload it onto the board because I'm just doing the center. And this is just going on really quickly because we've already done one coat. So we're offloading in the center and then working those edges in. So look at the difference there. Let me just show you that. So the difference between that solid white here, that's my right, but it's probably your left, I don't know. And then the other one that we haven't quite got enough coverage on yet, so let's just do that. Going in the center with all that offloading, then out to the edges, and then I can do the circular motion. So this takes a bit of practice to figure out, you know, how much you've got on your brush and how much you should be using and whether it's going to cause some bleed under. You know, I have had a few little mishaps where it's just been way too much on my brush, and oh, that would have been way too much on my brush. I could feel that chunk going in the brush. But it's a matter of just practicing and getting a feel of how much might be too much on your brush. See, we've got now not much on the brush, so I'm just going to go back into that little piece I have on here. And now swirl it around really well. Okay, that's nice coverage. All right, let's lift her up. Come on, you wascally wabbits. So cute. All right, I'll wash that off in a minute. I think I'm finished with that bright white. Unless, oh my goodness, Phyllis, $8. Was that for 18 eggs? Not $8 a dozen, but oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Okay, I don't have orange for carrots, but I do have mustard. Will that be okay? I can have mustard carrots. Or we could do yellow carrots. We do have purple carrots too, don't we? I have seen that. But maybe, we'll see.
And then in a minute, stay tuned because there's prizes at the end of our live, but also we do have these gorgeous rabbit ears we've got to put on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging in there. I know we are kind of probably still over time, but we're just having too much fun. For those of you who are still here with me. Oh, and like you could just do so many colors with this. And some I might have to do after the live, but I do want to show you the layering. So I want to do the orange part of the carrot, but then I want to do the green part green. So while I've got the mustard right here, I'm going to lift that. I've left the top off, and we're going to pop another carrot down here. And I'll just go over that with the mustard. Whoop. I know, someone said, who's that? Sandy. Seems like a lot of work, but it is adorable. Oops, I think I shifted that. It is. It's very adorable. I love it. So we've got our 2 carrots with our mustard colour. I feel like that still didn't get on. There we go. So carrot tops, we want them to be green. Let's do the green carrot tops. And I might have to use my black brush because I want to use some other brushes that, yeah, we'll go for it. I'm using this colour Conservatory, so I do have a list of the colours I'm using today. It's going to have a little bit of black mixed with it, okay? So that's just going to have to be okay. Hopefully my black is worn out a little bit. Oh wow, look at that, my black had dried off a bit on my brush. Okay, offloading that, and I'm going to go in, and I'm not going to worry, but you could tape that to make sure you don't get the green on the orange if you wanted to. I didn't do too bad, didn't do too badly. Quickly dry, and then we place that back down exactly where it was so that it lines up with your mustard bit. And we're going to add this green down the bottom here. Wow, that was super quick, if I do say so myself. Now we've got our little black carrot stripes, which then, oh, that's why I needed the black. Sharon, the carrots look orange to you. Oh, fantastic. That was the look I was going for. They don't look mustard, they look orange. You've made me happy. You've made my day. Okay, so now we're going to do the overlay part of this stencil, which is the little stripes on the carrots. What are they? The ridges in carrots. What do you call those? Ridges in carrots, I guess you would call them that. Okay, remember this is going to look a little bit like, I'll show you, because I've mixed the colours on the brush. Obviously you would use different colour brushes. It's kind of a murky, greeny black. But we're going to overlay that right on top of the carrot perfectly like this. And I'm just going to do a little stippling because, you know why? I've got too much on my brush and I can tell. But hey, I like that look. That's looking great. And we'll do a little stippling over here, popping it on top of the carrot. We've got that layer there. It kind of makes these little dotty look on the top of the carrot. Oh, so cute. I love it. How good is that? I'm just really loving this stencil set. Okay, so see the little black carrots, the black edges on the carrots. Now let's fill in our rabbit. Now the rabbit detail, you can use different colors for all these different little things on here. So I'll show you this again if you missed the beginning of the live. Oh, sorry, I've got a little bit of paint, sort of dried paint bits on the back of here, if you can see those. But see that little etching that's going around the rabbit's ears? That is for lining up with the underneath stencil that we used earlier. So if you missed that part of the live, here's our stencil. We laid this down on here. Now we're going to go over with the overlay and overlay it on top of the rabbits. Okay, is there anything I need black for on this? Maybe his nose. Okay, so we should be able to see that. See the etching on here? We're lining it up exactly where it should be on here. This is me zooming in with the board. Okay, I do have a little bit of black on my brush, and what I'm going to do is the nose. Sorry guys, I've hardly had a chance to chat to you in your comments here. There is another carrot on one of the old Easter stencil sets. There is. I don't think it has that layering technique though, does it? Okay, I'm going to do, oh, do they have little pink noses or black noses? Now I've probably done this wrong. Look, we could do, let's do a little blackish nose. Should it have, oh, I should refer to my cheat sheet here. What did they do? Oh, they did little brown. They did little brown things, brown noses and things. I think it would look cute with a pink. Where's the pink? Is there a pink left on my brush? Pink nose on this little one. She looks like a girl. She's got a little flower in her hair. Let's give her a pink nose. We could make them both different. There we go. Now, what else would be black? Maybe the eyes. Let's just do that for ease. Now, if you're doing this, you can obviously take your time. Isn't crafting just such a great idea if you've got a podcast you're listening to, or maybe music you're listening to, or watching TV? Just having a show on in the background or something. I don't know, Netflix in the background. What do you do when you're crafting? Yes, I should do pink in the ears. That's definitely what I should do. So let me put my pink. Make sure you leave it inside a wet cloth so it doesn't all dry out. We've got our whiskers on. I'm going to do her whiskers, this blacky grey colour that I've mixed that green in with the black, and it's kind of created a new colour. Who else experiments with colours? I will do her eyes in the black as well. I do have, maybe we can match her flower with the carrots and make a nice mustard colour flower there. This is quite close, so if you didn't want your eye colour to go and mingle with the flower colour, you could tape that down. Oh, and I've got, who said that? I don't know if anyone said in the comments. Oh yeah, you would definitely tape this down if you were worried about, I'm just working at a fast pace here because I'm conscious of time. But we've got to, I'm just holding it down, but you definitely can painters tape that off. Don't forget down here, we've got their, what do you call that? Their claws or their, it's just really the gaps between their toes. Do rabbits have toes? I don't even know. Paws. We call them paws. I do kind of like this murky colour, mixture of the black and the green. So we've got paws in there. I just love the way this all lines up. How fun. What a fun stencil. It's worth getting the whole bundle just for that. All right, let me grab my mustard colour. I've got that here somewhere. Or pink ears. While I've got this, let's do the pink ears. Here's my offloading thing. Dab the pink. Offload the pink. Guys, you're being so patient. Hang around. Wait, there's prizes. We're nearly finished. And this is quite, it's not as large a surface area as the egg or the rabbit itself, but just be really careful. I think I may have had too much on my brush, so that's why I'm kind of stippling it until I get hardly any on the brush, and then I can, now with this little bit, I've got less on the brush so I can afford to do a swirling motion there. Oh, that is so cute. Just one little flower to go, guys, and we're done. So get ready, because the prize winners today are going to be winning the, what do I call it? Transfer set. Oh no. Something was still wet down there. On the carrot, I think it is. Okay. Here's my carrot. I feel like this is a mess today. We've got messes everywhere. Okay, a little mustard, cute little mustard flower right here. I feel like I need some tape to just tape that little bit of ear so I don't accidentally get mustard in her ear. That just sounds gross, doesn't it? It's like she'd been eating burgers or something. Okay, it could get on her eye too. We'll be careful. We'll try. But if I was you, if you were doing this, don't forget to offload, to tape it up.
I know, Mary, it's so cute, isn't it? You can order the set singly, but if you do pre-order the bundle, you just get so much in that bundle. It's so worth it. And use my code IRESTORESTUFF anytime you're ordering from Essential Stencil's site, and you get 10% off, even 10% off the already 10% off bundles. That's a good deal. All right, I think we're ready to announce our winners today. So let me reveal our hop on in welcome door sign, or whatever we call it. And just please, congratulations to all the newbies who came and joined us live today. Don't forget, we're on every day of the week. So you'll see me, Sharon, right here on, ta-da, I've done it, on Essential Stencil's page every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. CST. And you can pre-order the new stencils bundles. Oh my goodness, I really love that. That is so cute. That was worth all that time it took, don't you think? I could have taken my time and sort of spaced those carrots and eggs out better, but I'm happy with how that turned out. I hope you guys will just love these bundles as much as we did. We had so many people on today. I'm so glad that you were all able to join me. Don't forget to follow my page. It's here, whoop, wrong way, IRESTORESTUFF. You can follow me at IRESTORESTUFF in all of the places. You can watch my furniture painting videos on my YouTube channel at IRESTORESTUFF, and you can also find my website IRESTORESTUFF.com to find all of your best painting tips for painting on furniture and signs and all of the things. Our winners are here. Let me see who they are. I have to click it on here to be able to see. Winners today, we've got Kay, Wendy, and Mary. You have won, I don't know, one of these sets, I guess. Don't know which one it'll be. Maybe it's both. I have no idea. But Essential Stencil will be sending you either one of these, some transfers, rub-on transfers, and we've used them in some of our lives this week too. So have a watch for the other ambassadors that'll be showing you our lives here this week. Get a hold of your spring bundle or your honeybee bundle. I think I'm going to go live on my page or do a little video or something like that on at IRESTORESTUFF. You want to jump over there and don't miss the things that I'll be creating over there. I'd love to see you. So hop on into my page at IRESTORESTUFF. Great to see you all today, and I'll see you again next week for another live DIY on Essential Stencil. Bye.